Well, here we are, out of Walsburg again.
And it's recovery time.
We're gonna go get a hunter's truck that went off a little ledge.
Yeah, it's not a big ledge, but it's a little steep enough down to the creek where it'd be sketchy. It might roll over if it went all the way.
Yeah.
So looks like it's gonna be an easy one, but we'll see.
Yep, it'll be fun. We got Dad's new Avalanche. Which doesn't have any winches or anything set up on it yet, but we got banner. We should be good. Should be fun. Well, we're headed up here through Walsburg and got a little surprise.
You guys might remember, we've done this trail quite a few times rescuing people, and there's one spot that's actually kind of fun. You go through the creek, has a little ledge, and then you go up and it's a little off camber as you go around. It's a fun spot, but it keeps a little bit of the riffraff out. We liked that spot.
Well, that's what it used to look like. And that's what it looks like now. They came through and redid it with a bulldozer, it looks like. Right here's where it used to come up. Right through there. That's where we broke the driveline on the blue diesel.
That's right.
Because we were towing that Jeep backwards and the boom was getting real close.
Had to reposition the boom so we could make that, because that drop off was just steep enough. That's unfortunate. That upsets me a little bit.
Yeah, they're trying to make it to where they can get normal vehicles up here, I guess. Which is, I guess, good and bad. It's bummer for people like us that have vehicles that are capable and like doing these roads, because they're fun and it takes a slightly more modified vehicle. But it's good for people in just a pickup that want to come and experience these things that don't have a side-by-side or a built four-wheel drive. It does make it a little more accessible. So there's good and bad.
I would say there are so many trails that are smooth enough for normal vehicles. They should just stick to those ones and leave our little bit more rugged ones alone so that we can enjoy them. It does give you a false sense of what your vehicle can do when you come past that part. Then you get up into some of these areas.
Yeah, because this trail does get a lot worse.
I guess we'll see in the next year or so if we get a lot more calls up here.
I was going to say, that'll just create more calls for us though, I guess. So yeah. Sweet.
See him back there. He must be going a little slow.
He was right behind us still like a couple turns ago.
Wonder if something happened. He's probably just going slow, more comfortable. We didn't air the tires down at all, so they're at full air pressure, like 50 psi. But Caleb goes a bit faster down these roads, just bounces through it. Oh, here he comes.
Taillight fell out.
The taillight fell out?
I put it in the back seat here.
Weird.
Yeah, the clips weren't there. So I'm driving along and I see it fall out, it's dangling.
Well, we'll have to fix that. Yeah, it doesn't look broken.
No, it looks like the clips are gone.
Oh, I see. Where the screws, where the screws hold on. Yeah, there's supposed to be a hole there where the screw goes in. Yeah, we'll have to fix that. That tire's up there a little bit. That's a pretty good angle. This is soft. And then the creek here, everything's mushy. This is the exact spot I believe T's friend was, but he tried to keep driving, so he was right there, I think. But yeah, the rear's still nice, solid. It's this one that is the problem. It's a good thing the rear didn't come any farther. You can see how this is cracking. This is undercut. If this was over just a little farther, this bank probably would have given way. We'll use the winch probably.
The thing I worry about a rope
Slow and
is
controlled.
pulling this tire downhill. So I'll probably hook up either to this side of the frame on the trailer hitch area, or maybe even on the frame up in front of the tire, if we can get the winch to go in front of the tire.
I would just put a tow point in it, and that way it'll pull this wheel down and lift that
if we come
corner
up here, it'll
up.
pull it down better with more leverage.
Well, except for
We can do a
Bumper.
tow point too. If that's the best way, we can put pressure on it.
pressure on it.
You guys with this truck?
You bet.
Awesome.
What we're waiting for was some keys.
Found them.
Okay. Well, it shouldn't take too long.
With the winch, it's going to be perfect. You tighten her down and...
Yeah.
Oh, you already did it.
Pull this side down,
Yeah.
lift up on that corner.
Okay.
We'll hop in and...
Sweet. Don't tip her over. I'll cry.
Now hooked up, there's not really a worry about tipping.
Yeah.
We just don't really want the front to slide the rest of the way in.
Yeah.
Didn't turn too much. Straighten them out. Straighten them out some more. Straighten them out some more. Almost all the way straight. There you go.
Yeah, I'm in reverse now.
Keep them straight.
That went pretty much how we thought it would. You can see rear tire was right there, another one in the air here. Left front tire, and then right front tire was down there, so it took a bit for it to be able to climb up. You can see where this is the center cross member. See where it was scraping right along here until it finally got over here and popped up.
How about you all sit there quietly while I make dad noises?
Just some dirt on the cross member.
Yeah, we had kind of the same situation at Bountiful, but the guy didn't want to wait an hour for us to get there, so he tried to pull it out with his dad's truck and the chain, and had a beautiful, like, mint OBS board. Just lift it on its side, scratch up the whole side. It's like, yeah, there goes your $10,000 truck. Yeah. Let's watch him go through.
Yeah, no problem when it's dry.
It was wet when they went through the first.
Yeah. All right. Time to turn around.
Wait a minute, where'd my Mountain Dew go?
Your what?
My Mountain Dew.
We're just heading out now?
My Mountain Dew's gone. Should I back up too far and let that pull me out?
That's some soft stuff back down there. I do like the wheelbase of that. Do something about the rear bumper, get some better departure angle.
I think maybe we'll pull over the rear bridge on that. Maybe we'll do it. Maybe just do one of those little runvas.
Did you see, Dad sent me a picture of a guy that had one in the bed of his truck that flipped up. So it folded down flat in the bed and then it flipped up and you could use it. And when you're done, it flips back down flat in the bed.
I've seen a few of those, but none of them would be as strong as
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't think they'd be as strong, but it's a cool idea.
Yeah.
But even if we mounted one underneath somewhere, we could run the winch line just to a fair lead out the rear bumper or something. Right along the bottom of the bed or something. I don't know. We'd have to look underneath it and see. All these cool little beaver dams along here. And ponds.
Well, they shut down that part of the road on purpose. I think we'd tear up the shoulder if we tried it right here.
Although if he hangs to the left, right across the creek.
Or you could crank it to the right now and go over, and there's a little hill over there we could maybe lift a tire on. Or you could just test it right there because it just locked up. Yeah, it locked up already. It's definitely got a gov lock. That tire only turned like half a turn before it locked up too.
I'm gonna have him tell him to back into the creek where he was. Keep coming back. If you put your left tire, go up on that boulder just to the left. I'll watch it from back here. Yeah, leave it in two-wheel drive. To the right, right. There it kicked in. Now it's locked up and goes right over. That's actually a decent amount of flex there. Keep it to the right, keep going forward. You're almost over. Yeah, that locked in good. He was too far over and slid off the rocks on it with his control arm. But yeah, that locked up good as soon as it started to spin. So I like the gov locks. They're simple, they're automatic, you don't have to do anything. They last a long time. You can't control them 100%. You can't just turn it on and turn it off. But if you know how they work, and you
And
learn
they work well.
and you learn how to drive so that they're going to work. They work really good. I've always been a fan of them.
But for what he's gonna do,
Oh, it'll be great.
great.
Yeah.
I mean, these roads, that's what that thing is gonna be for Dad. It's recoveries like this.
Yeah.
Only went down to 20 pounds. That's way better.
That'd make a huge difference. 30 pounds of PSI.
Yeah, but at 20 pounds, those tires are actually squatting pretty good.
Looks just about right. He
Yeah,
could
they're max 15.
he could go to 15 if he had to. Maybe 10 in the snow, but I think 20 is about right for most things airing down.
Yeah.
For a full-size rig, it's really not too bad. It'd be fun to build one like Bruce Cook's Large March on like 46s or 47s with a solid front diff. That thing would be pretty bad. Size-wise, like body-wise and wheelbase, that'd be about right for big tires like that. Maybe someday.
Yeah. After we somehow find some time and money.
So if you want to see us build cool stuff like that, not only subscribe, but send these videos to your buddies. Get them to subscribe too. If we can actually build our channel, we've got a lot of projects and a lot of awesome ideas that we just don't have the time and funds to do with anything with right now.
And jump on our website and buy some t-shirts and
Yeah.
hoodies and stuff.
We have merch.
We don't make a ton on them, but it helps.
If we actually do start selling a decent amount of merch, we'll keep adding more and more, and we'll have lots of cool stuff on the website. It takes you guys, so we appreciate it. Thank you. We'll catch you later. We might still do a different outro, but if not, we'll catch you later. Thanks for watching.
Nah, we won't.
Probably
We're
not.
done.
Yeah.